Hey everyone, I am David.
And I'm Anna. Welcome back to Learning English Together.
Today we're at the doctor's office. How to describe what's wrong, answer the doctor's questions, and actually understand what they're telling you.
This is one of the most important episodes we've done. The right words here can make a real difference.
Anna, I want to start with something that happened to me last winter.
Oh no, what happened?
I had this weird chest tightness. Not painful, just pressure. And when I finally went to the doctor, I completely blanked on how to describe it in English.
That's actually really common. Describing a feeling in a second language is hard.
I ended up just pointing at my chest and saying this, which not ideal.
Ha. Okay, so the key phrase to start with is I've been having. It signals an ongoing problem. I've been having a sharp pain in my lower back.
I've been having. That tells them it's not just a one-time thing, right?
Exactly.
If it came on suddenly, you'd say, I woke up with a stiff neck this morning.
And what about something that comes and goes?
It comes and goes is perfect. I've been having headaches. They come and go throughout the day.
What if I'm not sure exactly where the pain is?
Describe it with it's kind of a dull ache around my shoulder, or it feels kind of tight, like pressure.
Kind of gives you room to be approximate without sounding like you're guessing.
Right.
And the doctor will ask follow-up questions to narrow it down. You don't need to be perfectly precise up front.
Those phrases give you a real head start. Even if your English isn't perfect, the doctor will understand exactly what to ask next.
Quick recap. 5 phrases for describing symptoms. The first one is I've been having, used for symptoms that have been going on for a while.
For example, I've been having a dull ache in my left knee for about a week.
Repeat after me. I've been having. Second, I woke up with, for symptoms that appeared suddenly, often overnight.
For example, I woke up with a sore throat and a headache this morning.
Repeat after me. I woke up with. Third, it comes and goes, for symptoms that aren't constant but keep returning.
For example, the pain comes and goes. Sometimes it's fine, then it flares up again.
Repeat after me. It comes and goes. Fourth, it feels kind of a natural way to describe a vague or hard-to-pin-down sensation.
For example, it feels kind of tight, like something is pressing on my chest.
Repeat after me. It feels kind of. And fifth, it's worse when a useful phrase for describing what triggers or intensifies the symptom.
For example, it's worse when I stand up too fast or after I've been sitting for a long time.
Repeat after me. It's worse when I. Okay, so you've described your symptoms. Now the doctor is going to ask you a lot of questions.
Right? And some of them can catch you off guard.
The most common one is on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is the pain? And learners often freeze because they're not sure what the scale really means.
So what does it actually mean?
A 1 is barely noticeable. A 10 is the worst pain you've ever felt in your life. A 5 or 6 is it's affecting my day, but I can still function.
That's really helpful. I always say 7 because it sounds serious without being dramatic.
Ha.
Actually, just be honest. Doctors use that number to prioritize treatment.
What about when they ask, is this the first time this has happened?
Just answer, this is the first time, or I've had this before. And if you've had it before, add, usually goes away on its own, or last time I took ibuprofen and it helped.
And when they ask about allergies,
Say, I'm allergic to penicillin. Or, if you're not sure, say, not that I know of.
not that I know of, that one's so useful. It's honest without sounding like you're dodging the question.
Exactly.
Doctors hear it all the time. It's a perfectly fine answer.
What about, are you on any medications?
Say, I'm currently taking, and name them. Or, I'm not on anything at the moment. If you're not sure of the name, say, I have it on my phone, and show them. Doctors love that.
Answering these questions clearly and calmly makes the whole appointment go much faster.
Vocabulary recap. 5 phrases for answering the doctor's questions. The first one is on a scale of 1 to 10. It's about the standard pain rating answer format.
For example, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say it's about a 6. It's pretty distracting.
Repeat after me. On a scale of 1 to 10, it's about On a scale of 1 to 10, it's about Second, this is the first time / I've had this before. 2 simple ways to answer whether the symptom is new.
For example, I've had this before. It usually clears up in a few days on its own.
Repeat after me. This is the first time. I've had this before. Third, I'm allergic to. The clear way to state a medication or substance allergy.
For example, I'm allergic to penicillin and aspirin.
Repeat after me. I'm allergic to. I'm allergic to. Fourth, not that I know of, a natural, honest answer when you're not certain about allergies or other history.
For example, any family history of heart disease? Not that I know of.
Repeat after me. Not that I know of. Not that I know of. And fifth, I'm currently taking. How to list your medications clearly.
For example, I'm currently taking a daily vitamin and a blood pressure medication. I have the names on my phone.
Repeat after me. I'm currently taking. I'm currently taking.
Okay, here's the part one always struggle with. Understanding what the doctor actually says.
Right.
Doctors use a lot of medical vocabulary and they speak at normal speed.
So what do I do if I don't understand something?
First, never just nod. Can you say that again more slowly? Is a completely normal request at a doctor's office.
Really? I always feel like I'm wasting their time.
You're not. They would rather spend 30 extra seconds explaining than have you walk out confused about your own health.
Okay, and what about a word I don't know?
What does that mean exactly? Simple and direct. Or could you write that down for me? Doctors are used to this.
I actually did that once. The doctor wrote, ibuprofen 400 milligrams twice daily with food on a slip of paper, and it was so much clearer.
Exactly. Also, if they mention a diagnosis you're not familiar with, say, I haven't heard of that. Can you explain what it is?
And at the end of the appointment, what do you say to make sure you haven't missed anything important?
The most useful phrase in the whole appointment. So, just to make sure I understand, what should I do next?
Oh, that's good. It signals that you're paying attention and it forces a clear summary.
Doctors love that question. It means you're engaged, and it gives them a chance to recap the most important points.
Understanding your own health in a second language takes courage. These phrases make it manageable.
Vocabulary recap. 5 phrases for understanding the doctor. The first one is, can you say that again more slowly? The clear, polite way to ask the doctor to repeat or slow down.
For example, sorry, can you say that again more slowly? I want to make sure I understand.
Repeat after me. Can you say that again more slowly? Can you say that again more slowly? Second, what does that mean exactly? For asking about a medical term or phrase you don't recognize.
For example, you mentioned inflammation. What does that mean exactly in my case?
Repeat after me. What does that mean exactly? What does that mean exactly? Third, could you write that down for me? Asking the doctor to write out instructions, medicine names, or diagnosis.
For example, could you write down the name of the medication? I want to make sure I get the right one.
Repeat after me. Could you write that down for me? Could you write that down for me? Fourth, I haven't heard of that. Can you explain what it is? For when a diagnosis or term is completely new to you.
For example, I haven't heard of tendinitis. Can you explain what it is and what caused it?
Repeat after me. I haven't heard of that. Can you explain what it is? And fifth, so just to make sure I understand, what should I do next? The best closing question to get a clear summary of next steps.
For example, you say this right before you leave. So just to make sure I understand, should I rest, take the medication, and come back in a week?
Repeat after me. So just to make sure I understand. So just to make sure I understand.
One more stop after the doctor, the pharmacy.
Yes, and people forget that the pharmacist is actually a really valuable resource.
Right. They know a lot about medications, and they have more time to talk than the doctor usually does.
When you drop off a prescription, you just say, I'd like to fill this prescription, please. Simple.
And how long does it take?
Just ask, how long will it take? They'll usually say about 15 minutes, or come back in an hour.
What if I want to know how to take the medication?
How do I take this? Or do I take it with food? Pharmacists get these questions all day long.
And what about side effects?
Say, are there any side effects I should know about? They'll give you the key ones. You don't need the full list on the bottle.
That's a good one. I once read the full side effects list on a bottle of ibuprofen, and it scared me out of taking it.
Ha.
Yeah, the label is the legal version. The pharmacist gives you the practical version.
What if the medication is expensive and I want to ask about alternatives?
Say, is there a generic version of this? Generic means the same drug, just made by a different company, usually much cheaper.
Is there a generic version? That phrase has saved me money more than once.
These few phrases turn a confusing pharmacy trip into a 5-minute conversation you can handle completely on your own. Last vocabulary recap. 5 phrases for the pharmacy. The first one is, I'd like to fill this prescription, please. The standard phrase for handing in a doctor's prescription.
For example, hi, I'd like to fill this prescription, please.
Repeat after me. I'd like to fill this prescription. I'd like to fill this prescription. Second, how long will it take? Asking how much time you need to wait before picking up your medication.
For example, how long will it take? I can wait here or come back later.
Repeat after me. How long will it take? How long will it take? Third, do I take it with food? A simple but important question for any new medication.
For example, do I take it with food or is it okay on an empty stomach?
Repeat after me. Do I take it with food? Do I take it with food? Fourth, are there any side effects I should know about? Asking the pharmacist to highlight the most important warnings.
For example, are there any side effects I should know about? Anything that would mean I should stop taking it?
Repeat after me. Are there any side effects I should know about? Are there any side effects I should know about? And fifth, is there a generic version of this? Asking about a lower-cost version of the same medication.
For example, is there a generic version of this? The brand name price is a bit high.
Repeat after me. Is there a generic version of this? Is there a generic version of this? That's a wrap on Doctor's Office English. The next time you're not feeling well, you'll know exactly what to say.
Hit like and subscribe if this helped. Next episode, we're going to the bank, opening an account, transferring money, and talking to a teller without any confusion.
See you then.